Congratulations, class of 2020. You did it. I am so proud of you and I am sending you much love in all of your future endeavors. I would like to thank the parents and guardians for your continued support and dedication to Eagle's mission. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing a man who has been our principal for some years now, and he had to lead us as a school community through unprecedented times in our history. Please help me welcome Mr. Hector Velasquez, the man from Kingsbridge Road from the Boogie Down Bronx. Thank you, Mr. Velasquez.
Good afternoon, Eagle family, guests, and graduates. It is definitely an honor and a privilege to address our school community as the school's leader for Eagle's 2020 virtual graduation. Before giving the graduates a few words, I'd like to make a few acknowledgments. First, I'd like to thank the distinguished Eagle faculty and the administration. I want to thank them for the thankless hours they've put into planning and preparing, for all the late nights where they were up grading assignments to make sure that the boys were getting timely feedback, which furthered their learning, for nurturing the young men with love and care and support, especially in the hallways, in their classrooms, after school, uh, during their lunch break, for believing in them at times when the world may not have necessarily believed in them, and for being there in moments of a crisis such as the one that we are in now, for always keeping them first, and for always being clear examples in our community. Eagle salutes you, and we appreciate your dedicated service. I also want to acknowledge the parents of our graduates. It's definitely difficult providing and raising for a young man in the Bronx. With so many challenges that the boys are facing in their neighborhoods, you continue to keep high expectations for them, and you too celebrate today in their achievement. The great Booker T. Washington said, and I quote, success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome while trying to succeed. Today, all of those obstacles that you've overcome as parents are measured by the success that we are seeing today. I also want to give a sincere and special shout out to the men and women that continue to support this platform for our boys as we all continue to address the inequities that exist for boys of color, especially in the educational system. To the men and women behind the scenes supporting our Eagle movement, providing opportunities and resources that drive excellence, close gaps, and support moral purpose. I want to extend our heartfelt thank you to Mr. David Banks and the Eagle Academy Foundation. I want to give a big shout out to the Eagle Network, to the 100 Black Men, to our partners at CBI, all of our instructional coaches and vendors that support the school. I also want to give a shout out to our superintendent, Michael Alcoff, and his team and the Bronx Borough Office and the Bronx Executive Superintendent, Misha Ross Porter, for their service, their leadership, and unconditional commitment. Young men, you have come through with your promises of achievement. You've reached beyond and you've conquered a lot of your missteps. But today is a celebration, and it's definitely a well-deserved celebration. I'm proud of you, young men, because you've overcome one of the most challenging times in history. Not only are you fighting the societal effects of the current pandemic, coronavirus, but you're also fighting systemic racism and generations of systemic inequities. What we're witnessing in our country today as we march in every city and in every state in this nation is what we've been doing for 15 years here at Eagle. We've been empowering our sons to learn about the judicial system in order to secure an equitable future, because at the end of the day, the lives of black and brown boys matter. Young men at Eagle, you've learned resilience and leadership. You've navigated your way through impoverished neighborhoods, curriculum that doesn't always celebrate your rich cultural histories, at times taken biased state exams, and you now stand before us despite all those challenges and celebrating today your graduation. It's important for you to know that you are going to take your place in advancing the history and legacy that is Eagle Academy. And not just the Eagle Academy, but the flagship school here at the Bronx. Your story now continues the Eagle way as you brothers go off to college and complete your commitment for 2 to 4 years, or you serve honorably in the military, or you go out and you start up a business, become an entrepreneur, a leader in a community, and you go out and you ensure that we are represented in every aspect of society. I am definitely privileged to be the principal of an Eagle Academy, and I hope that you gentlemen cherish the moment of this success today. In order to celebrate that success, it's important to highlight a few of the accomplishments that a lot of you gentlemen actually have made. We have 2 gentlemen with us, valedictorian and salutatorian. We have Romano McKenzie and Stefan Allen, who have been part of the MBK program, which is an initiative that seeks to change the narrative for boys of color and all students by closing and eliminating the opportunity gaps that they face and helping them to reach their full potential. In their internships, they have shed light on youth and gang violence and financial literacy in the Bronx. We also have 18 of our seniors that were peer forward mentors for middle school students. They were big brothers to them, and they impacted their growth academically and socially. They gave up some of their personal time to check in with them, to see how they were doing in their classes, and in most cases, checked in with them at home. We also have 32 seniors that have taken at least 1 AP course. We have 12 that have taken 2. We have 8 that have taken 3. And we have Devin Howard, who has taken 4 AP courses, and Jeremy Gomez with 5 AP courses. And that is definitely legacy and achievement in furthering to ensure that our young men are college and career ready. So, brothers, as you move on to the next journey in your lives, I want you to remember to stay connected together as brothers. As you leave, you take with you the many personal lessons that you've learned from educators and from many members of our community. Take with you the tools that you've acquired and the dreams that you've developed throughout your time here at Eagle as clear scholars. But what I haven't told you is this. You're going to succeed throughout the many challenges in your life. You just can't give up. You're going to continue to acquire the knowledge of a world that is changing rapidly and apparently made new every day. But you must keep up by knowing about it, being informed, and becoming involved. You will surely influence the American culture favorably, but it is not going to come easily and it's not going to come fast. So it's important that you gentlemen stay true to yourself and the ideals that Eagle represents. And I definitely believe if you do this, you won't go wrong. You're going to meet many challenges, but again, you got to remember that nothing worth having ever comes easy. So just know that. As your principal, I know that you should firmly believe by now that the world will offer you many things. Some are problems and challenges, and some are opportunities. But believe that each challenge that you experience in life is a gift, and you will surely be up for the task because you're an Eagle Scholar.